Welcome back to episode 51 in our Air Hauler 2 series. We need to get going and start making some money. Hey, how's it going, everyone? All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our airline. As you can see, our company cash, 807. And if you recall from the last episode, that is because we now have 3 bases fully active. So we've got KSMO, KPSP, and KNZY. So it's making up a nice little triangle here. Hopefully it'll allow us to pick up a lot of decent jobs. Okay, my camera's probably doing a horrible job. I need a new camera, my bad. We are happy. We've got our bases up and running. That does mean when we look at our finances, we can see now that our expenditure, our base costs are going to be $68,000, and our pilot costs are going to be $11,000. Now, in the last 30 days, we brought in $485,000, and we've got an outgoing of $280,000. So we're accumulating money, but that's only because we went on a bit of a tear. So as you can see, monthly monthly overhead is now $80,000. So this is the part where we start to really take a beating. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our pilots. We can see Daisy is doing good, and also so is Jessica. Jessica's 104 cargo jobs completed. She's definitely happy. Now we are at 800,000. It does mean we need to make up 400,000 so we can move on and get them a bigger aircraft to do some better hauls. Okay. With that, I'd say we're pretty good on that front. So let's go ahead and let's check out our available jobs. Currently, it looks like Jessica and Daisy are both at KPSP. So that's good to know. Now, of course, we can get a little greedy and just pop up here and see what we've got for big hauls. Now, that's a long haul, but it's a lot of money. But that's going to be a couple of flights, even in TBM. So currently, not really something that we're looking for. Headed out the other way, though, 34,000, pretty good. Again, the only problem there is not sure if we can put all of that into the TBM. Strictly looking at the dollar values, they may not necessarily be giving us everything we can. Now that, right, going base to base, that at 1428 for 22,000, that is a fantastic deal. Now, I'm going to probably be picking that one up since I am on the plane. So we've got some focus. We think we know what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and focus instead on what we can do out of KPSP. Now, this is awkward that KPSP is giving us very few options. So it's unfortunate because we aren't seeing any of our regular KPSPs down to KNZY. So it's going to be a little unfortunate. For now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to assign this one. Sure, we'll give it to Jessica. All right. We'll send them over to KPSP with some narcotics. Why not? All right. We'll let Daisy have that one. So now, if we look at KSMO to KPSP, where's the beef? All right. So we'll go ahead and we're going to assign that. To Daisy, who's going to be headed there anyway. accepted jobs. We've got KCPM, so Compton. But I don't see any Compton available. There is KLGB. All right, we'll assign this to AI. So I'll give that to Jessica, something else for her to do. All right. Well, with that, we've got ourselves some jobs assigned. We'll get them going. More importantly, we need to give ourselves some KSMO jobs. All right, so let's go ahead and let's check out both these 3 days, 2 days. All right, so we're going to accept that job. We're going to click yes. All right, KSMO, KNZY, there's the cosmetics. We're also going to accept that job. Beautiful. 1 day, 21 hours. We got lots of time to pick this up if we want this after the fact. So what the plan's going to be is to make this run down to KNZY. And then what we'll do is we'll see about going back up after we see if we can't put everything on the plane. KSMO, that's where we're at. Let's focus on the task at hand. We need to get to KNZY. We're going to assign this to me. So I'm going to fly this now with the TBM. We're going to click OK. All right, so we need to get the televisions. Load that on board. Almost have enough to get the rest of it in. So if we were to offload from fuel, of course, we don't have any storage at the moment. So this is always a smart thing to do at all of our locations. So let's go to our base. Let's go to KSMO, and we're going to add fuel capacity. Add fuel capacity. Whatever. For now, let's just do, sure, whatever that is. Let's just buy that. All right, now we got capacity. Now when we come to our TBM and we click OK, and we've got the televisions on board. Now, when we offload, right, now we can pick our storage. Offload 40 pounds of fuel to storage. Offload into base storage. Always make sure. So 1170 is available. So we can easily grab this, load it on, and on board we have 2,581 pounds. Now, ooh, didn't mean to do that. Now, maximum takeoff weight is 5730. And that's where, okay, so this is where the numbers are getting confused. So somehow, when it imported it, it gave it a maximum takeoff weight of 2730. Or sorry, of 7530. Meanwhile, when I looked inside of paired, it looked like the maximum gross weight is 7430. So it looks like it's giving us an extra 100 pounds. Won't know unless the developer ever comments. Which he commented saying, ask me questions. So I'm asking a question. All right, let's load it up and let's get going. We are going to probably take off and then we're going to go out and then cut down. We're just going to leave this alone and let it accept it and have a direct. Let's go ahead and get ourselves into the sim. And we're back in the sim again, looking at lovely KSMO here with the Orbex scenery. Well, we might as well get ourselves back inside. Get things going. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get our, so let's get our visors out of the way. And let's go ahead and get our Let's get our battery and our generator on into the standby. Let's go ahead and get our fuel pumps on. And we can get our pitot heat on. We'll get our strobe beacon. And we will make sure that we are good to go. All right, so looking down below, we are in the cutoff, good. Throttle is good. And let's go ahead and get those yokes out of there. And we can see that all of our switches are in the correct positions. Now, we're going to go ahead, and before I forget, I'm going to make sure that we get our cabin altitude cranked up so we are pressurized. Sure. Alright, so master caution can go out. So looking at our MFD, we can see oil pressure, ignition, inertial separator, stall heat. Yes, all those things would be correct. Alright, let's get our parking brake on. And let's go ahead and start up. So not exactly true to the start of the TBM, but I'm sure they have their reasons for doing it. And let's go ahead and get our avionics on. And we'll might as well put our de-ice on. We will take our de-ice off. And sure, let's get our taxi light on. Alright, so parking brake is on. Taxi light's on. We're gonna go ahead and we are going to hit continue. So easy to do, right? Alright. And let's hit enter over on. So fuel flow, 60 gallons, check. And 60 gallons. So our GPSs are aligned and GPS is good. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our flight plan in. We need to make sure we're on KSMO Tower, but we're going to go to KNZY. Alright, so we're going to go down to KNZY. So if we go ahead and get ourselves, let's get ATIS.
Santa Monica Airport Information Hotel 1932 Zulu. Wind 347 at 6. Visibility 17. Sky condition clear. Temperature 182.17. Altimeter Santa Monica Airport Information Hotel 1932 Zulu. Wind 347 at 6. Visibility 17. Sky condition clear. Temperature 182.17. Altimeter 2991. Visual runway 3 in use. Landing and departing runway 3. VFR aircraft stay direction of flight. All aircraft read back. Santa Monica Airport Information Hotel 1932 Zulu.
Alright.
Wind 347 at 6. Visibility 17. Sky condition clear. Temperature 182.1.
1-3 it is. Alright, so let's go ahead and get KSMO Tower in the standby. Ground, TBM 8. What are we again? TBM November 850 Sierra November is ready to taxi to the active. Alright, so we know what our messages are. Yes. Alright. Let's go ahead and we're going to get ourselves our 15 flaps. Going to go ahead, we got our taxi light on, all lights are on and good. Okay, looking forward. Maybe we'll leave it like this just so everybody can see the PFD. I don't know, something to try, I guess. Alright, so 6636, because that's what I got the other day. Altitude reporting. So go ahead and hit enter. So you are good to go. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna find out what is our departure frequency gonna be. Departure 125.2. Sure, we'll put 125.2. Swap that over. And we'll have 135.05 just in case. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and hit back. And that's just so that we have the ability to switch over to Calm 2. Now we're on departure. Yeah, so everything's set up. And this guy, we're going to go ahead and hit direct. And we're going to go to KNZY. And that way he is in this one. We can just direct it again if we are out to lunch. Alright, so we now have our ATIS, we have our information, so if we load our procedure and we go for our departure, we can pick one of our departures. And of course, this is a lot more difficult. And, well, I should say it's a lot more difficult. It's a lot more difficult than if we use navgraph charts. We are going to make flight. So, new flights. Manual inputs. And I keep touching the brakes, which is a bad idea. We are burning fuel on the ground. So we are going to be runway 03. Excellent. And with runway 03, we are going to come to our departure. So if we looked at this one, really, that is going to take us kinda all over the place. There we go. That makes more sense. That tip 2, whatever it is. So I guess we would come out and we would go up to Saudi. Whatever. We're gonna go right over the top of Los Angeles. So yeah. Let's go ahead and go. And sure, we'll load that in for our departure, but we are totally going to do not that. Alright, let's get our visors back up. And let's go ahead and taxi. To runway 3. So this time around, it's pretty good for us. Let's go landing light on. And we look good. So switching over to tower. Tower, TDM, November 850, Sierra November is taking the runway. Departure via the SID. TPN 2. Alright, let's go ahead and get the brakes on. Power is set. Gauges are green. we're getting squirrely now. There we go. Okay. 70. Wow. Not my best day so far. Alright. And let's go ahead and get that gear up. Nice shot of the gear. Beautiful shot of the gear. Whoa! What is it doing to my head? Alright. Flaps are going up as well. Alright, so there we go. Let's go ahead and fly this sector. Alright, so part where I said I was going to do something a little bit different. Let's go ahead and get that yaw dampener on. Yaw dampener is on now. So we will climb right over top of LAX. So now, if we go to our flight plan, activate that leg. Now we can see we're going to go out and intercept it. So this way we can just fly straight over top of LAX. Much better routing. Excellent. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go up to 13,000, and of course we're gonna VS that at 2,000 feet per minute. And since we are clear of all cloud, precipitation, and icing conditions, we have the inertial separator off. Alright, so with that, we're going to go ahead and let's get ourselves down. We'll descend down to 3,000 feet. And we will do it at 3,000 feet per minute. Now, we also want to make sure that we are out of our 850 mode, and we're going to go ahead at this point and we're going to get our inertial separator on, because we are going down through a cloud layer. All right, we were told 287 for the wind. So, obviously, runway 29 is going to be our most likely preferred option. So we're gonna load the visual for 29. Gonna go ahead and activate that approach as we are on heading mode now. So that's perfect. We're literally abeam the airport at this point. We should be able to turn back now. 290, so if we go to 110, that'll be our reciprocal. Oh yeah, look at that as we come through. Landing light is on. Beautiful. Coming through that nicely. There's our airport, there's our runway, there's our gorgeous city. And now our speed is nicely coming back. We are in our first notch flaps range for our approach flaps, so those go out nicely. Go ahead, go back to the wheels, and let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and drop our gear. Alright, gear's down. Gear is down. So, autopilot is out. We are clear of clouds. We could turn our inertial separator back on. So let's go ahead and let's do that. That'll give us our power back. nicely flying. So we're bang on for the visual 3 nautical mile interception point. Holding nicely at 125. Path is slightly below us, but not by much. All right. And there's a glide path above us now. We're a little low. Dampener is out.
Five hundred.
500. Let's go ahead and get our inertial separator in. So, park there. Alright, so let's go ahead and shut her down. Alright, it's off. Keeping this off. Alright, we are down and safe, good, clean, whatever you would like to call it. So go ahead and get rid of those cameras. And jumping back in, let's go ahead and cargo unloading. Alright, let's unload that. Excellent. And let's go ahead and unload that job. Those jobs are good. Unloaded. Life is good. And as we can see, we have more cash. We made some monies. We made the monies. Nice quick flight in the TBM. Our landing VSI was 174, firm, but not bad. Nice landing roll. Away we went. All right, so okay, we finished flight monitoring. So we can see here both Jessica and Daisy have departed, and they are both en route to their destinations. I think we'll call this an end to episode 51 in our Air Hauler 2 series. As always, thanks again for watching, and please hit that like button. If you enjoy this content, feel free to subscribe and come along with us on the next one when we're going to do some more work in the TBM. Have a great night.